the first drill that we're going to be working on is working on drawing the actual sword. Now we've already talked in depth on how to draw the sword correctly, and everyone understands the basic fundamental perspective of drawing. And I'm going to do it really quick with very little explanation, but then we're going to talk about how that particular movement is applied. The reason I think this is important to explain is because so many people say, well, in classical Koryu schools, they only draw the sword one way. That is so much bullshit. And if you ever see someone make videos about, oh, classical swordsmanship only draws the sword to the front, that is crap. We know it's crap because we train in swordsmanship, and I think anybody who trains in classical Japanese swordsmanship knows that to be crap. But there is a basic way of teaching how to draw a weapon. But from every basic technique, it has to grow. And once you start growing off that technique, you start to be able to where you could utilize it in combat or in other places. So the basic idea of drawing the particular sword in Eishin-ryu Iaijutsu, holding the katana here, you unlock the blade and you're going to extend it straight ahead until you could put the tsuba in your hand with your right hand extended. So if I was going to draw I'm teaching a beginner, someone who's never drawn a sword before, I would tell them to unlock and press forward until it can come into the hand correctly. I'm not going to get into how to grip the sword. We're skipping that part. Once you have positioned correctly, you retract the scabbard as you pull the sword. And the reason we're doing this is because if I just pull the sword out, every time I pull it, the blade touches the scabbard, and every time I'm dulling my blade. So I don't want the blade to touch the kogochi, the opening of the seiya. So I want to make sure that I draw the scabbard off of the sword, that way the blade never touches the top. And I'll pull the scabbard off as I rotate my hip and pull the blade forward. That is how you would draw your sword. Of advancing. So if I'm here and I want to draw here, I've got the scabbard. I might not have enough time to extend and then draw off. I see an attack coming in. I've got this. I'm just going to pull my hip. And by pulling the hip, that actually pulls the scabbard. Do you see that subtle movement? So if I'm here and someone's making an attack, I'm still going to pull my scabbard off the sword. I'm going to like this, and as I slide my left foot back, I've pulled the scabbard off of the sword and now I'm in position. One thing is, whenever you see someone do this, and I'm going to do it, I'm going to hate to do it, but I'm going to do it. What's that?
And these mine is already hooked up.
This is so bad. Anytime you see someone do this in Japanese swordsmanship, it is bad. When they're doing noto, noto is how you put the blade away, right? I'm going to take this, and when I do this, watch. When you hear them clank a sword like that, it is so bad. That is crap. That is bad ethics in swordsmanship. What the kogochi is the opening of the seiya, and the kogochi is made specifically to the habaki of the particular blade. So that opening fits this piece exactly. So it should be really hard to take out and put away. Nukitsuke is drawing the sword from the scabbard. Everyone calls it Iai. It can be Iai, but Iai means quick response. Okay, that's the idea of Iai. It means quick response. Nukitsuke is clearing the sword from the scabbard. So if I was to perform Nukitsuke, and then Furikabure, Kiryu-roshi, and then Noto, like I was teaching a white belt, someone of a very low level, you know, Nukitsuke would look like this. Unlock, extend, Nukitsuke. Furikabure is raising the sword over the head. Kiryu-roshi is cutting down. And then Chiburi is cut blood flip. Of course, there's lots of different ways, you know, da-da-da. But Noto is another way where we see people clanging those things together. So when you do Noto, the tsuba never crosses the middle meridian. So you'll never see someone take the tsuba and go like this. I'm going to take the tsuba and cross that side of my belt. See how I'm doing that? That's bad. That is not correct technique. Correct, because if I do this, watch, everything in Japanese swordsmanship, guys, is meant because you're at war, you're killing. Why would I want to do noto like this? If someone comes after me right now, what am I going to do? Do you understand what I mean? I do nothing. So it absolutely sets you up for a surprise attack for what? I thought the idea of Iaijutsu was quick response. It is. The idea, the art form is Iaijutsu, quick response. So you never do this, and if someone attacks you, what, you do that? No. When you put it away, it's all in the hips. Notice when I draw the weapon, when I execute Nukiksuke, when I retract, my hip will rotate back. Watch. You see how we did that? And by rotating, by the rotation of the hip, the retraction of the seiya, I can clear the toe correctly for Nukiksuke. So it looked like this. Right? Now, when we're getting ready to do noto, when I pull it across, notice the middle meridian is faced forward to the target that we just killed, yep. Once I get ready to do noto, when I pull it across, and I'm not going to take this and make it go past this middle line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate sideways this way, and it's a rotation of the hips. Watch, I'm just going to rotate. You see how I'm doing that now? My line, my focus line is here. This Suba will not cross that line. So for me, I'm going to rotate my shoulder this way, and I'm going to keep the sword on this side. The reason you have to do noto correctly, the weakest point of a swordsman is when they're putting the sword back in its scabbard. Understand? That is the weakest point. So when I put this, I'm going to extend my shoulder and rotate it this way. That way it stays here. Someone attacks me right now, here I am. Because I'm in the same position as I would have been if I was drawing the weapon. I put the weapon back the same way I draw. I don't draw the weapon like this in reverse. Therefore, I'm not going to put it away like that in reverse. I draw the weapon like this. So I will put the weapon back like this. Nukiksuke from a basic fundamental level. Unlock. Nukiksuke. Furikabure. Kiriroshi. Kochiburi. Noto. Notice my hand is it's on the outside of the kogochi. I never have my blade actually hitting the scabbard. It's only in touch with my skin. Oh, watch. We don't clang the blades. Your thumb will touch the Suba, then you will pull it in because it is a tight fit. Unlock. Nukiksuke. Noto. Nukiksuke. Noto. Nukiksuke. Noto. Nukiksuke. One more time. Nukiksuke. Noto. Now, you have people online and on forums and all this little shit, and they're like, oh, classical Koryu schools always go 1, 2, 3, 4, or they do the same thing stepping forward. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's the same thing stepping forward. You know, we know going forward, going back, but always do it this way. And notice every time you hear someone say classical Koryu does this, classical ninjutsu does this, everyone who says that does not study that art. Everyone who says that is a critic of that art. Because anyone who studies Koryu, Japanese swordsmanship, Koryu Kenjutsu, Koryu Iaijutsu, those were swordsmanship skills passed down by the samurai. There's no freaking way a samurai tradition, a Koryu, classical samurai tradition, would only train to draw their sword this way. And keep in mind, people say, well, what's Koryu, what's not Koryu? If you study Japanese samurai traditions, you are studying Koryu. That doesn't mean the school that you're in is Koryu, like Budo-ryu. I'm saying this for the camera too, to make sure we're good. Budo-ryu is not a Koryu school. I developed it. 2004. I was not in the Sengoku Jidai. Therefore, Budo-ryu is not a Koryu school. However, the traditions that we train in are Koryu. So there is Koryu training. So you go to Japan, there's all these Koryu schools. You could go to the Hanbu and you could train in a Koryu school. Or you could go to a school that offers Koryu training. There's a difference. We have Koryu training. Either way, you're still training in the old ways of the samurai. Whether the school existed in the age of the samurai or it didn't exist in the age of the samurai, to me is irrelevant. Of course, I'm spitting that because I developed Budo-ryu, so of course I'm going to agree to that. However, I don't think it matters whether the dojo that you walked into was during the same time of the samurai or whether the dojo that you walked into was in the time of now. The training that you get, is the training Koryu, is the training real? That's what matters, right?